Children, here bringing you a tutorial on Trackview cameras. Let's start off by going to the miscellaneous button in your roll-up bar and placing a camera by going to the object type and hitting camera. Now, it's going to show up like this. If you can't see it, hit Shift Tab and that will show all your helpers. And you're going to want to place it in your map where you want. This little triangle that juts out from the box is the field of view. Now I'm going to change it around just so you can see. The lower it is, the smaller you can see. The higher it is, the wider of an angle you get. 60 is usually good, so that's what I'm going to keep it at. Now, to view it from this camera, you want to right click in the perspective, and you can go to camera and then camera 1. Now you see what the camera sees. To go back, right click where it says camera 1 up in your top, up on this little white bar. Right click on it and hit default camera. Now to the track view part. To create a track view with a camera, you need to go to track view, which will be up in the open view pane. Track view. I've got it over here. Let me drag it over. You're going to want to create a new sequence. Let's just call this one tutorial. Name it whatever you want. You're gonna have to click on your camera and then right click in this little gray area, and you'll have all these options. Now you need to add selected entities. It'll add the camera to the track view. Now that it's in place, you can begin recording. But before you do that, actually, you need to double click on these areas where this pink line is. That is the time frame. You can also, you're gonna need to click so it knows where to start. So double click right there, and double click on position and rotation right at the beginning, and now it has a starting point. Now you're going to want to drag hit record, and then drag the little bar right here to the time that you want, and then you're going to want to drag your camera. So I'm going to drag it just like that. This also works for rotation, so let's move it over to about 4. And I will rotate it. And now if you see, whenever I hit the play button, the camera rotates along, as well as moving along the track. You can view it from the camera's point of view by going to right-clicking on perspective and going to camera 1. Now you're going to be able to see exactly from the camera's viewpoint. So let's say that you don't want this 10-second limit. That's what it's usually set at. You want to go up here to sequence node and then edit sequence. My mouse kind of covers it up, but it's got a little blue comment box. You can rename it. You can set it to auto start as soon as you load the game. You can set it to no seek, which I'm not sure what that does. You can set it to cutscene, which makes it a cutscene. Time warp is like slow motion kind of stuff. Cutscene toggles, disable HUD will disable your HUD. 16:9 is what is it called? Yeah, 16:9. I forgot what it's called. Not gonna take the time to look it up. Non-skippable means non-skippable. Disable player disables the player, and disable sounds disables sound. You can have it loop once it's out of the range, which is like 0 to 10 right now. It's like where these red marks are. You can have it constant, and then you can set the start and end frame. Now you can set to 60, or even 600, and it'll give you 600 frames to work with. I mean, you could even set it to about 6,000. But it's not really necessary unless you're trying to make a movie with this. I mean, if you are, you may need this, but I recommend setting up multiple track views. Now that you have this done, you can zoom in, and you're going to see your camera right here. Now, I'm going to change a little bit, so while I edit some of this, I'll, I guess, time-lapse it, so be right back. Okay, now that I've got that set up really quick, that was actually a lot quicker than I was planning on it being, you're going to notice that when it moves along the track, it's going to be very bumpy. It's going to stop and it's going to take off. Now, to fix that, you want to click on your position or rotation right here in the track view. Click on one of them, and then click and drag your mouse over all of the ones that you want to smooth out. Now, I'm going to select all of them just for the purpose of this video. Then you're going to go down here to the graph part. If you don't see it, you need to go, where is it? Never mind, it should be there. There may be a little pin button, you may need to click that to open it up. But once you're in there, you want to go down to graph, and then this little button right here, set in and out tangents to auto. Click that, and the position will smooth. And as you can see, the position smooths on the track view. It rounds it off and makes it nice and even, so it's not all jerky. Now you can do the same thing with rotation and set it to auto. And that makes it so much smoother. Now I'm going to set it off to this side, and I'm going to play it. I don't know why it's being so laggy, to be honest. I apologize for that. Let's see. I'm going to go to the camera view, camera 1, and then we're going to play. It's following its path. And that's it. It is as simple as that. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Twitter.com/KLLN4MNY, exactly like my YouTube channel. And send me a message with what you want to see. It's the weekend. Yay, TGIF. And, yeah. I'll try and get these tutorials done that people requested. It's been a while because of school, still. So, yeah. Have fun over your weekend mapping, and I'll see you again in a little bit with a new tutorial.